technology sector, and it's a really exciting time to be in the Bay Area where there's a lot of innovation and entrepreneurship. Look, Black folks are among the top in the nation in the use of smartphones, advanced internet, social media. I don't even talk to you about Black Twitter, okay, which is a real thing. So if Black folks understood that they can be more than consumers, but also creators, that really changes the game, not only for our economy, but for advanced, really much more interesting technology.
Ooh, girl. Well, we have that analogy of black don't crack. So I kind of feel like we don't need to.
Just due to the amount of melanin in the average Black person's skin, we have SPF 13 on average, sun protection.
Black don't crack. Well, this is funny because, she didn't want to wear sunscreen, but I need to because the sister burns because I'm a little lighter.
Hey, when I was a kid, my mother, we didn't have Vaseline. She put what they call Strickling white meat grease on our face, and look, black don't crack. I'll be 70 in April.
I mean, my mother, when we go out in public together, people think we're married, which is uncomfortable for me and a great compliment for her.
Maybe Black folks don't do the plastic surgery that you see as much with the stereotypical kind of face that's like,
like high eyebrow Bruce Jenner looks or anything like that.
I would not get plastic surgery unless someone threw like sulfuric acid in my face.
I would miss me in the mirror. I pull back every once in a while, get these lines, but I look like a freak, so I leave it alone, let them drop. Everything else is dropped, so.
Certainly in Los Angeles, where we have this whole cast of professionally beautiful, it's your job to maintain your looks.
Being in an industry where you see people whose faces change kind of constantly, you know that Black people do surgery for sure.
Vivica Fox has. I don't know if that's official. It just looks like she's had some work done. Sorry, Vivica, you're so awesome.
Wendy Williams, that's all I can say.
Shit.
Lil' Kim, Michael Jackson.
Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child.
Kanye West's mom.
But she died. That's not a good example.
Yeah, well, she did it though, right?
And died.
But she did it.
I think if you have the means, I don't think you're exempt from that kind of, surgical vanity. I think that just maybe is an economic barrier, unfortunately.
I'm Dr. Jason Hamilton. I'm a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills, California. I see a lot of African American patients. African Americans are having plastic surgery more today than they were 10 years ago. The numbers have actually quadrupled.
There's a girl that works here with the breast.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I would be lying if I said I wouldn't mind maybe a breast lift or something after the kids.
Black don't crack, but Black does spread like nobody's business. That's the one thing about Black folks. So what we do, and I've seen that people get the liposuction, and I kind of have to say, okay, I do triathlon, so I'm trying to do it the natural way, but don't get it twisted. Like, I have another 2 or 3 years, and if I can't, become who I want to become, I would absolutely get a little sucky, like a little,
I know the last time I was in Atlanta, which is a very Black city, there were a whole lot of surgically altered derrieres. A lot.
There's a secret industry of Black plastic surgeons who just specialize in I'm gonna make your booty bigger so you can twerk it.
Butt injections are when you get the fat from your stomach injected into your ass. So now it's like a nice contour, right? And Black people get it, or Black women get it, because Black men are obsessed with butts. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. In my experience, it's been true.
Because of hip hop music glorifying, a nice, big, juicy, round, ample bottom. And it's, become something that is a symbol of being desirable sexually.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what women, because I think we're also that whole conditioning, the anti-feminist movement probably, we're conditioned to sort of only think about our looks as in terms of attraction. And so when you have the whole butt thing, it's a big part of that too, especially for Black women. I mean, I know Black women who, if they had a flat ass, it's like the end of the world,
And I guess it's something that's trending in our direction more than it had before, particularly body. I don't know if I see a lot of sisters doing face work. That's a different thing.
And we still chide each other for it in a way that white America, if there's such a thing, does not. Like, I know a lot of girls that I went to college with who had nose jobs on their 16th birthday, and that was like very normal, and it was not like something that people were like, that girl, she got a nose job. Here we're like, Nene got a nose job, ew. Tamar Braxton, ew. Toni Braxton, ew. We're even still looking at Halle Berry crazy, even though we think she's so beautiful.
Like regular people in my regular life, like I don't think we're spending money to redo the nose.
The #1 procedure sought after by African Americans who want plastic surgery is rhinoplasty. That is the #1 procedure. These are their 3 most common complaints. That the bridge of their nose is very wide, their nostrils are flared, and the tip of the nose is droopy or doesn't have any real definition to it.
A lot of times people do nasal refinement in order to be more appealing to directors or casting directors, and you know, in order just to get more work.
The idea that you would want to change your face and change your features from being African to something more European, that's ultimately what's going on. No one's getting plastic surgery to get a KRS-One nose or a Whoopi Goldberg nose. No one's doing that. We're going the other direction. So it seems like there's a lack of pride in that.
And it breaks my heart a little bit to see black women who are like my complexion, who have like a fuller nose, trying to be something that they're just never genetically or ever going to be. That breaks my heart.
I mean, you know, you see white women who have plastic surgery, they all end up looking the same. You see it in, like, you know, I think it was the Miss Korea pageant where they all had plastic surgery and you couldn't even, you know, they all look like clones of each other. And if you're thinking on those lines of how sort of people kind of normalizing to one standard of beauty, then in that sense, I think skin bleaching and hair straightening, I mean, that's kind of a form of cosmetic surgery. It's not going under the knife, but it is sort of taking drastic measures to alter your appearance to fit in with a specific and usually uniform standard of physical beauty.
As a trans person who has had what we would call plastic surgery, that's, you know, I think that we need to really think about how we identify plastic surgery as something being kind of superficial and cosmetic, when in some situations it's actually life-saving for members of the black community. So